The Baltimore Community Radio Coalition, WLOY, and Dallas Nicholas Elementary School present Dallas Nicholas Sports Day, produced by Andy Madison.
Let's get set. Go.
Students at Dallas F. Nicholas Elementary School in Baltimore's Barclay neighborhood are having something that schools in this city rarely give their students, a field day. There is a new track marked in chalk on the school's lawn, and the entire student body is gathered together under the bright sun, divided into something called houses, all wearing colorful t-shirts, all getting swept up in the spirit of the moment. The children compete in a wide variety of races, spanning everything from carrying limes on spoons across the finish line to more traditional sprints and relays. Adults are busy keeping score and gathering the next event's racers. Everyone is involved.
So houses are just like teams.
That's Evan Hewitt Jr., whose plans and energies were a very important part of the effort to make Sports Day a reality at Dallas Nicholas.
We just took the whole school population, divided them pre-K through 5th, stuck an equal amount in each house.
These houses are more than random groups of kids getting to spend a Wednesday outside, though. The inspiration for Sports Day and much of its important meaning comes from a visit he made last year to his native Jamaica. For him, the ceremony is just as important as the break that Sports Day allows.
Students were actually holding up banners to represent their houses. They would have different cheers, and they all had a motto, like "Only the Strong," "Champions Forever." And I thought those are like statements of affirmation, positive things that the whole house could say as they were competing against these other houses, and they would have these different names. They used national heroes, Marcus Garvey, Paul Bogle, some of the greats in the history of Jamaica. I thought, well, what we could do is use some of the American greats that are, I guess, culturally relevant to this population, such as the Martin Luther King and Frederick Douglass and Thurgood Marshall, people who have really helped to further the race of people here in this country. And so that's how we went about choosing some of the names. And then some of the other names were former principals and a former master teacher. So we're honoring those people.
But teaching respect for history and community is not Sports Day's only aim. Mr. Hewitt says it is directed at another need also.
The children in Baltimore City, for the 2 years that I've been here, do not get recess. It's a fact. We don't have a specified time that we go out. What's happening is that teachers, because they see the need for recess, they're stealing a couple of minutes out of the instructional day to actually take the kids outside and expose them to physical activity.
Student and potato race second place finisher Shaquan Sargent sees it this way. And when do you guys get to go outside? Do you get to go outside every day?
Sometimes.
When do you get to go outside?
When we good and we be good in a nutshell.
So if it's a nice day outside, the kids work really hard. They get rewarded by going outside, and that's something that I think should just happen automatically.
First grader Iwani has this outlook. Do you like to go outside?
Yes. It's really fun to go outside and play. But sometimes if you be bad in the lunchroom, you can't play. You have to sit on the steps.
We need to really think about what we're saying when we don't provide resource for our kids. Obesity is a huge problem with kids not getting enough exercise.
This is a problem, Mr. Hewitt says, that can be complicated by the realities of these kids' surroundings.
And, when I talk to parents express to me a concern of safety. Safety is an issue for them. When they go home and leave school, a lot of parents say they don't want their kids going outside in their neighborhoods because their neighborhoods are relatively dangerous. So school becomes this safe haven for the children, but they're not getting it at school either. So if you're indoors all day in school, then you go home and your neighborhood's too crazy and you can't go outside and play, then no exposure for you. TV becomes your world, and video games and those kinds of things. It's my hope that the Sports Day will bring some attention to the fact that we need to expose our kids to structured physical play. They need it. If we're not going to be granted recess, at the very least we can do is plan a celebration of fun, community, physical competition, and unity.
For Mr. Hewitt, this is the heart of the matter. To To make kids happier, the community must pull together and work hard.
The cry is that we don't have the resources to do things. And what I'm saying is that we need to be our own resources as best we can. We need to look at what's available and then, make the best of it. In Jamaica, it's so widespread that they even go up to, they have like the national championships. I mean, it's sort of built into the curriculum of things. Kids expect this in Jamaica. They know that it's coming. They prepare for it. They race for it. There's so many benefits to this.
That really is what struck him in Jamaica.
I saw it going on in Jamaica, and I thought, we could do this here in Baltimore. We're talking about a country that is relatively poor, so you don't need necessarily a whole lot of resources to get these things done. Organization and some personal effort and time is really what it takes to get someone to mark the field. You plan the activities, the kids will have a ball. It will at least give them an outlet.
For Barclay Community Radio, this is Andy Madison.